Okay, that should be good enough, right? Right? Kinda. I need to get better lighting in here. There's like one little headlight, kind of like you're in that interrogation room. Hey everybody, so it is day 30. I don't have 31 fingers. It is day 31 on this daily vlog. So awesome. Like, I mean, what is it? If we're counting long months, like 31 days, that is a full month putting out a vlog every single day. Nice day today. Like, look at that. It's a blue sky. Ah, snap. It shouldn't go up, but yeah, that shouldn't happen. I'm gonna have to glue that back down. As I said, the weather is really nice and sunny, so I wanted to get some footage in here with the drone, just because the weather is nice and I like to, if it's possible, then yeah, I want to try and capture some new. Honestly, it's my dream. It's a flying remote control car. Like, how cool is that? When I was a kid, I loved having those RCs that you could just like drive around, and having one that can literally fly through the sky, and it can go farther than an RC car can go. If I had to give a thumbs up or like any sort of thing, like I might actually take the time when I'm better at using it to like do a full-on actual review of the DJI Spark, but until then, super thumbs up, love it, yes, love it. I mentioned that I had wanted to do a little bit more story time, or get better at telling stories, and I thought that I could go ahead and start this one off with my own story, why I'm doing the vlog, like really hash it out and think about it, because, you know, I had brought it up briefly in the first few episodes, but didn't really know myself. Like, I was literally just ranting like what's at top of mind right now, and that's where that came from. But I've been following guys like Lewis Howes and John Lee Dumas and the Minimalists online, and I really wanted to be like them. Now, not exactly like them, but I wanted to kind of do what they were doing, where they're pursuing their passion, sharing what they love with a large audience, and just making an impact in people's lives. You know, like with Lewis Howes, he's inspiring people to be great. With John Lee Dumas, he's inspiring entrepreneurs to really just go at and pursue your dreams. And the Minimalists are encouraging people to live meaningful lives. And so I created The Powerful Mind in this podcast because I wanted people to live powerfully. For the longest time, I just did not feel like a powerful person. Like, I am very short for a guy and not the strongest person either. I was always really skinny and just did not feel powerful. I always felt very small. And so I wanted to create The Powerful Mind because I had been talking to so many powerful people doing great big things and having these great mindsets. And I wanted to share that with the world. You know, I had gone through different experiences, gallivanting across the country, doing some pretty fun things. I felt like in addition to like the episodes and the people that I was showcasing, I really did have something to share. I have been producing the podcast, and you know, I began to feel like I was stagnating a little bit. I didn't really know what else I could do until I realized that I wasn't really sharing much of myself and my own story. Like, I had never actually shared my own story on my podcast or in a forum with other people in the way that my guests were sharing on the podcast. There was a time period where I was like constantly getting distracted with online marketing and these different online coaches and people with different courses and programs saying that if you follow our program, then you will achieve success. Doing more of those courses and programs, I began to feel like I was working really hard to get a lot more than I was working to give. And by that I mean I was working really hard to like get followers and to get people to see my stuff, but my effort didn't feel like it was being directed in the way that meant I was just like giving value and adding value to an audience or to anyone who would be willing to or take the time to listen to what I had to say. So giving value, sharing your experience, and really adding value where you can, those were the things that I really admired in you guys like JLD and Lewis Howes and the Minimalists like Ryan Nicodemus and Joshua Fields Milburn. Like, that's really where they put their emphasis and their work and their time. And I felt like I was really getting away from that with all like the distractions of like, take this course or take that course or use this coach or that coach. Yeah, and came to the conclusion that I should probably just start emulating them. And so by emulating, I mean just by doing. And like doing what? I wasn't entirely sure, but I mean just doing something. It's like, just begin doing what you're passionate about and continue to do that, and like put out and share as much as you can. Not let it be so dependent on, oh, am I getting enough followers with this? Am I like going viral? If I feel the content is like in line with my values and what I'm trying to share, then it's a success. But the goal is to just share, and to share like authentic and meaningful, valuable content. Looking back, that's probably why I started the vlog. Like, I know I had mentioned a couple of times in prior videos that like, oh yeah, I'm starting this vlog for blah 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 blah, and like I forget. And honestly, starting the vlog, I didn't think it through too much either. But like looking back now, like the reason that I probably started the vlog is because I just wanted another avenue or area where I could share the content that I was delivering. And I realized that there are certain growth areas that I really need to work on, like putting my face out there in front of people and speaking words that make sense. That's pretty scary for me. I enjoy being able to speak in front of people. When I try to do it, I might feel fine, but then the words that come out might not actually be like words, they might just be sounds, and that's happened before. That's an area that I really wanted to work on, is just being able to convey an idea that I have in my head, and in a way that others can understand it, and really hone that craft and get better at it. This is kind of bad. I was perfectly fine like sharing the stories, accomplishments, and lives of other guests on my podcast, but then when it came to sharing my own, I just did not know what to do. It made me really nervous, it made me kind of scared, and so I didn't do it. And so now I'm doing that because it's a growth area I realize that I really need to work on. So yeah, like, will the content be boring sometimes, or will it be dumb, or will it be a real vlog content? Like, probably all of the above. This is my life and this is what I do, so I want to try and share that as accurately and authentically as I can. We're at vlog 31 now, so that's a full month of vlogging every single day, and to me that's an accomplishment. Like, I'm pretty psyched that I actually got to that point and didn't really think about it much until I set my camera up and I was like, oh yeah, this is vlog 31. And I'll try and have like a more organized segmented video going forward, so you can know what to expect. As soon as it plays, like, you know what to expect. And I want to try and build that into these vlogs. So if you stayed 31 days or however many days, whenever you joined on, like, thank you very much for watching these videos. Like, really means a lot that someone's watching these. Like really, thank you. I'll try and make it worth your while for sticking around. So thank you very much.